We are at the Wildcat Mountain Ski Resort, obviously not skiing. We are going to climb Wildcat. The Wildcats. There are a number of peaks, cleverly named A, B, C, D, and E. We are going to take a couple ski trails up to the top and back down. There's another way, which is a little trickier, and we weren't feeling like doing it, so we're doing this instead. This will be good. This will be our first big mountain together in a long time. Allison's here. She's on the other side of the car, and yeah, talk to you soon. Waterfall behind me. So we made it through the sort of resort area with lots of, ski equipment stuff, like mountain equipment like winches and various things for gondolas. Plenty of signs pointing us to the one ski trail that they want you to take up, which totally makes sense, and they did a good job of pointing it out. And this is what we're gonna do. We're taking a little bit of Stray Cat to Polecat. Those are good ski names. And then we'll make it up to the top of Wildcat D, and then we will go across from D to A along a traverse. Wildcat D and Wildcat A are both over 4,000 feet, so they're on the New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers list, which is part of the reason why we're here. Allison, who's right there, is doing that list. I am too, but she's way ahead of me, so we're almost done, or she's almost done. And this is supposed to be a somewhat tricky one. It's a little colder than we thought it would be, but not freakishly cold if you're at a ski resort. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, we're starting to go up. Hey, look, fiddleheads. At least we won't starve. We may be half a mile in, but we're already shedding layers. One of the things about using a ski trail, of course, is that it just goes straight up. There's no pleasant little warm up, larking through the woods for a mile or so. You just park your car, go behind the resort office building, and then you just head up. But so far it's pretty good. Behind me, you can't quite see it. There's a view, and that'll be lovely on the way back when we're tired and need to keep going. But so far so good. Check it out, Polecat, easiest way down, but we're not going down yet. It's one heck of a view. So we're getting close to the top. Still have probably, half a mile, quarter of a mile to go. But the views are not getting old. Every once in a while we have to turn around, cheer ourselves up by getting going. Yeah, but it's really pretty. Okay, top of Wildcat D, more or less. It's kind of flat, there's a viewing area, stuff like that, but here we are. Cool view. check that out. And a ski lift thing. So we are now at the top of Wildcat D. It's just a little scramble from where the ski equipment is. Probably very reminiscent of what we managed to avoid by coming up the ski trails. And here's the viewpoint. It's all right. It's not, honestly, the view's probably a little bit better from where the ski stuff is, but this is pretty cool. Yay, check one off the list. So there's still plenty of snow in here to make things challenging. The trail's a lot more narrow, of course, because we're no longer on a ski trail. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely want spikes on the way up. I might actually stop and put them on now. This part is super sketchy. So there's what I just fell down, kind of steep. Now I'm hiding in the woods waiting for Al to come down. Hopefully not as spectacularly as I did. Blood everywhere, you know, but I guess we have to make it now. So we just came off a peak that doesn't have a name. I mean, I'm sure there's some reason why it's not a peak, but it certainly looks like a peak and it feels like a peak. I have to say that one of the strangest things about this trail, oh, there's one of those, is that is how lazy they are naming things. If this trail was in Massachusetts, every rock, every little bump in the ground would have a name. It would be named after somebody who owned it, somebody who gave money to the park, whatever it is. And even here, mostly, they have names in New Hampshire, in the White Mountains. But like, for some reason, they named these peaks A, B, C, D, and E, and then skipped a bunch of things. So I forgot to mention Native American names and transcendentalists. There's always like an obscure transcendentalist who could use a mountain. This one here, this peak, has no name, but I think I'm gonna call it Margaret Fuller. And you know, who do I tell? I mean, look at that view. It needs a name. I mean, that has a name. Ugh, post hole. So we passed C and B without too much fuss. I mean, plenty of fuss hiking, but we hardly noticed them as we went by. They were both, you know, rises like the one that I have now christened Fuller. So we're on our way to Wildcat A, which of course is really called Wildcat. That's its actual name. What kind of wildcat? I don't know. You feel like you could have had the opportunity to subdivide Wildcat into other ones and name these lettered peaks after them. That would be something you could do. I know that I know these mountains have had other names. through the years. I, just find it a little odd that these protuberances that have sat here for millennia don't have something more to offer in that department. Back in seminary, I had a professor who said that everyone from Maine was a pantheist, regardless of whatever else they might profess to believe. And I think that's probably true. Growing up, most of the people I knew felt that there was some sort of spirit in each tree or rock or mountain, maybe even a house or car, really anything that seemed to animate us and draw us in with some form of connection. And so this name thing actually is kind of confusing when you think that all things, at least all natural things, have a name that they have for themselves, even if they cannot articulate it to us. If you think I'm about to drop a gratuitous Margaret Fuller quote, you are of course correct. Here it is. All around us lies what we neither understand nor use. Our capacities, our instincts for this, our present sphere, are but half developed. Let us confine ourselves to that till the lesson be learned. Let us be completely natural before we trouble ourselves with the supernatural. I never see any of these things, but I long to get away and lie under a green tree and let the wind blow on me. There is marvel and charm enough in that for me.